Okay, so that was awkward. WoW Pet Battles Take 2. Hey guys, it's Legendary Narwhal back again, and today I'm going to try to do WoW Pet Battles. I just actually got halfway through recording this, and it's storming right now. I'm recording this during a pretty bad thunderstorm, and I lost power. I guess for some reason, like since I hadn't terminated the Fraps footage, I lost the entire session of footage, is basically what I'm saying. So I'm starting back over from the beginning. So hopefully I don't leave anything out. So first of all, where do you find this person? How do you begin pet battling? And I have never seen my map display like that. That was incredibly weird. Anyway, you're probably wondering, okay, well, how do I start? Okay, so you start by going right here in Stormwind. You'll be able to see all the portals, and you'll be able to see all the pandas right across the river there, the monk trainers, all that mess. Right here, this is where the pet battle trainer person is. So what we can do is we can just fly right on over there and have a look. Now, she's not going to have any quests or anything for me because, spoiler alert, I've already done a little bit of this. I have all 3 pet battle slots unlocked, I've raised my Phoenix hatchling up to level 8, and I've used a couple other pets as well, so I have already done quite a bit of this, and I did it so that I would know what I'm talking about. So right here, this person right here, Audrey Burnhead, Battle Pet Trainer. So right now she has nothing for me. Nothing for me. However, I believe you can train this if you are level 5 with 100 gold. I believe that's how it works. I am not 100% sure because I don't remember. You only begin with 1 pet slot as well. You only begin with 1. To unlock the other 2, I don't remember what you do for the second slot. I believe you have to raise a pet to level 3. However, to get your 3rd slot, if you look under Achievements and Pet Battles and Level, if you raise a pet to level 5, your reward is the 3rd pet battle slot. So then you get that. 15 pets to 25, you get a pristine trap. I don't know what that is. One would assume that it lets you catch things more effectively. If you played Pokemon back in the day, like I did, pretty much every single one, it's kind of similar to the Pokeballs, the shittiest one, and then you have Great Balls and Ultra Balls and Master Balls that never fail and all that jazz. So this, I'm assuming this is something like that. I'm actually unaware. I have apparently already faced every single different type of pet in the game. There are 10: aquatic, elemental, mechanical, beast, flying, undead, critter, humanoid, dragonkin, and magic. Now all of them have a bonus bonus power against another type, and they are weak against another type. So you could picture this kind of like in most any sort of games you play, like the Fire Emblem games for Game Boy or GameCube or any of those things, like when you have the trinity of weapons like axe, sword, and lance, like how in that little trinity there, something is better than another and then weak against another thing. You could put all 10 of these out and kind of array them in a circle, and you could trace it all the way around, like one being good against one, and then that being good against one, that being good against one, but they would be bad against the respective thing prior to them, previously in the circle. So you could lay them all out and it would look like that eventually. I've already won a bunch of pet battles. I've already done several. I've done 74 exactly. So I've done quite a few. I have done none against other players. They have all been up against trainers and things like that. So, and then there's a bunch of different kind of collect things that you can get here. A whole bunch of different achievements and collecting a bunch of different pets and things like that. So lots and lots of achievements, but we don't really care about those right now. What we care about is the pet battle system itself. So the first thing you're going to need to do is open this, Mounts and Pets. It's originally going to be on the Mount tab. So don't assume, oh my god, I can use my blue Karaja battle tank. No, you can't. That's your mount. So make sure you click this tab here to go to your pet journal. Now, this is actually a pretty comprehensive and, in my opinion, finished UI as of looking at it right now. If anybody is curious, I believe, let me see, do I see the date on here? No, I don't. I just see the realm time. It's up here. This is the 19th of July, and it is a little after 11 where I am right now. I live in Maryland, if anyone's curious. But, so if you're wondering at what state the beta is at the moment, this is the most current build as of July 19th. So this is what we have. Now, in this UI, you're going to need to know your way around this. You're going to need to realize what all these things do. The most important button that you are going to need is this, Revive Battle Pets. This button right here, you can heal and resurrect all of your pets, 100% HP, has a 15-minute cooldown. So you can do this out in the field, what I'm going to show you now, and there's a quest from this lady. There's a little beginner quest line to kind of teach you how to do things, and one of the things she says is go and heal and revive your pets. And you can do this at any of the stable masters. The one they want you to go to is right here, as soon as it loads in. Never mind, she already has, it's just this dragon face is on top. So, talk to the stable master, like to heal and revive my battle pets. Sure, it costs a small fee. That's fine. I didn't need to heal them, but it's fine. Now, the one over here, all the way over here, is another stable master. This is the one that I usually use. I usually use the one all the way over here for most of my stuff. As soon as they load in, they should be about right here. As you can kind of see in chat, it's taking people a lot of time to do a lot of things. Nothing's loading. I'm actually slightly worried. I just heard the sound from my money being taken all the way over there. Okay, there we go. I'm kind of worried about crashing, honestly. Kind of worried about crashing. So this stable master, I can heal them here as well. So any stable master in any city, you can do this, okay? So let's just get out of here a little bit so that we're out of the city and lag central here. Let's just go up here. We can look over the city and chat. That's nice. Okay. So you can do this as a stable master, but this is for usage in the field. You can see how many pets you have here. I currently have 82. You can search for pets specifically, like say I wanted to find if I want to find all of my dragon hawks, I could just type in dragon. I can see all my different colored dragon hawks. I can also see all of the other dragon names that I don't have. There's a mechanical Pandaren dragonling apparently, so that's, I guess, an engineering pet. So engineers are going to be able to make some of these, I believe. Tiny green dragon, I Coke China apparently. That's fine, I guess. I didn't even know that existed, and that's another one. When you're looking through these, what you can do is, let's just start all the way at the beginning, because I don't want to get too far ahead of myself here. If you click on a pet, you can select one. You'll see a lot of information come up over here. When you mouse over the name, you see a couple things. You see a little bit of flavor text depending on what pet it is. I believe all of them have flavor text as far as I can tell, which is nice. It's nice that they cared enough to put that in. So all of that comes up, and then as you can see here, it shows you this is from a vendor. So it tells me what's the name, shows me where it is, tell me how much it costs. If I go to the albino snake, it's the same thing. However, if I go to a black lamb, it says Pet Battle Elwyn Forest. So this means you can only find black lambs within Elwyn Forest. You must find them there in the wild, fight them, and capture them there. So this tells you exactly where you can get them. And it's not only pets that I own either. I can go all the way down here to pets that I don't know. And let's say a prairie dog. I want to get a prairie dog. How do I do that? Okay, I can pet battle in any of these places and find prairie dogs there if you go there and you look around. So it'll tell you exactly where it is that you need to go. Now, yes, there are going to be some that it shows that you are not able to obtain. For instance, all the way at the bottom, the Zergling. If you have the original World of Warcraft Collector's Edition, the very original game, then you will have a Zergling. You cannot trade this, and there is no other way possible that you can get this. So it will still show up here, but you will never be able to obtain this. Like me, for example, I will never be able to have this. I have the Onyxian Whelpling. This was WoW's 5th anniversary. If you did not log on during WoW's 5th anniversary, you do not have this pet. And there will be no possible way ever for you to get it. You can't. It's gone. As you can see, it even says category Feat of Strength. So it may depress you a little bit. There are going to be a lot of pets in here that if you look at, you're not going to be able to get. Okay, Inscriptionist. See, but this pet can't battle, so it will show all pets here, but not all of them can fight. Winter's Little Helper, for example, it cannot fight. The way they have it set up right now is so that any childlike humanoid thing like this cannot battle. So your Argent Gruntling, your Guild Page, none of those cannot battle. They can't. The game is not going to let them. Now, what I will say is, if I can find him, I don't know exactly where he is. Actually, I could just use the handy search function. I can, however, fight with my Curious Wolvar Pup Orphan. So that's apparently totally cool. I can fight using my little orphan that I got in Children's Week. I'm assuming that this is just going to stay in, because, I mean, this is... It's a beast. I mean, come on. Yes, it's a humanoid type, but it's a beast. They're not going to be offended by that, I'll say. So that's the first step, is the name and where you can find it. Over here to the right, you see the type. Now, every single type has its own unique passive. So, basically what I'm going to do here to kind of show that off is I'm going to go here, I'm going to uncheck all pet families, and we're going to go down the list one at a time. So, let's say humanoid. So, what does the humanoid do? So, humanoid is strong against undead and weak against critters. And their passive is they recover 5% of their HP every time they attack. So, that's pretty good. Yeah, 5%'s not a lot, but later on, as you level, the more HP you have, the higher that 5%'s going to be. Awkward pause to drink milk. I'm very thirsty. I apologize. But I only have one humanoid pet, as you can see here. I only own one. I have these, yes, but they can't fight. Argent Gruntling can't fight. The Oracle Hatchling can fight. The other option for Children's Week, so that can fight. Deathy, if you were at BlizzCon 2010, you have him. He is a humanoid. Murloc, I assumed he would be aquatic, but he is not. So, but there's, I mean, as you can see, and there's a lot of pets here, and you can see some of them. So, trading card game, if you do that. There's Grunty there if you were at BlizzCon 2009. Things like that. Guild Heralds can't use, Pages can't use, but all the other ones you can. If you have Miniterial, you can use that. So again, it shows a lot of things that you're probably not going to be able to have. But it's nice that they're there. You know that they exist. So, we already went over that, and basically, the way that the abilities work is that you gain one initially, just at level 1, and that's going to be your number 1 button. You get another ability at level 3, so that's going to be your number 2, and then you're going to get another ability at level 5, that's going to be your number 3. You only gain 3 abilities. Your number 4 is going to be switching pets, so you can switch amongst your party, and then you're going to be able to capture and you're going to be able to forfeit. So I'll show you the pet battle UI towards the end when I actually do a battle for you. But what you see here, after you get these initial ones here, at level 10 you get an alternate. You can only have either punch or bite, but you get to pick. You can only have Frenzy Heart Brew or Snap Trap, but you get to pick. Same thing here with Maul. You can't have that and Whirlwind, but you get to pick. Now, the best kind of thing about that is I'm a humanoid type, sure, and I'm not very good against critters, right? Well, look at this. What if I put Bite on my number 1? Bite is a beast move. If a critter is fighting me, if I send out this pet, and someone's like, oh, it's a humanoid, I know they're weak against critters, I'm going to send my critter out against it. Well, I have a beast ability, and that's pretty good against critters, so I'm going to still try to rape you as best I can. So, it's good because you can mix and match types. You're going to want to have a diverse lineup here. You're not going to want all 3 of your abilities to be the same type as you. You can, but specializing is not going to be all that good. It's not going to get you anywhere. So, that's how those work. The abilities are very, very different for a lot of these. I mean, all of the pets pretty much have different things. So, standard, like a lot of the humanoids, you're going to see punch. If I go to the Curious Oracle, punch. Deathy's got punch. Vermingling's got crush, which is 20 humanoid damage, which is the exact same thing as punch. So they're pretty similar. However, this one you see is not. This has blitz, which is different. So it is pretty similar, but there's differences. Over here you can see the health. Obviously if it reaches 0 it will die. Now right here you see power. So the higher this is, the stronger your skills are going to be. Speed, this is what determines who gets to go first. And this can be affected mid-fight, the same thing as power. There are moves that gain speed or gain power, or that cut speed or power for you or for the opponent. So you may not be able to go first right away, however you may be able to go first after that. So now right here, there's actually one more stat, but you don't see it on pets that you already have. You only see it on pets that you catch. So really quick, I'm going to show you what that stat is, if I can find it. Alright, right here I caught a black lamb out in Elwyn. Right here, this is the quality of the black lamb that I caught. The quality was poor. Now, when you are battling a pet, you will be able to see this quality. And what this does is basically, if you have a good quality, like rare, then every time your pet levels up, his speed and power will raise more. If it's poor, they're not going to raise as quickly. So if you have 2 black lambs, one of poor quality and one of rare quality, and you level them both to, say, level 20, then the rare black lamb, you're probably going to see a very large difference between the power and the speed. It's going to be far stronger. So that's the stat you're going to need to worry about if you're going to be using pets that you catch. Now, I believe this does mean, sadly, that any pet you already own, say my Phoenix Hatchling for example, any pet you already own is going to be inherently weaker, I believe, than a pet that you can capture in the wild. Since in the wild, you have the quality, which is basically a stat booster over time. So even if my Phoenix Hatchling started at level 1, and you can see he's level 8, these stats are very high now. You saw in the lamb it was like 11, and these are both above 100, so they raise pretty quickly. So if I started at level 1 and raised up to 8, yeah, I've got over 100 of these, sure. But if this black lamb was rare, and I raised it to level 8, these would probably both be higher than my Phoenix Hatchling, because it would have that rare quality stat boosting every level. Now, that's unconfirmed. I'm just assuming that that is probably how it's going to work. So you can see here they have experience bars. I do not believe the quality affects the amount of experience they gain. There are some things that affect that. For example, I'm level 8. If I fought a level 9 creature and I beat it, I would get a difficulty bonus XP, so I would get bonus XP for that. If you fight something lower level than you, you don't get as much. You only get a little bit. And of course the amount of experience, as you can clearly see here, I need 195 to get to level 5, I need 450 to get to level 7, I need 850 to get to level 9, so it varies quite a bit. Now, what we're going to do is go back to me getting off track. So we're going to continue here. I did humanoids already. Dragonkin is next. I'll do my whelpling. I've already got him right here. So Dragonkin passive is you can deal 50% additional damage on the next round after you bring their health below 25%. So this is kind of like an execute. If you hit them and their health goes below a quarter, then your next move will deal half again its normal damage. So this is really just to help you finish them off. And you can clearly see the plus and the minuses there. I'm not going to mention that for every single one. You can see that very clearly on the screen. After that, we will go to flying. And flying, if I can navigate this correctly, so flying, you gain 50% extra speed while you're above 50% HP. So, in my opinion, this is a double-edged sword. Yes, it's going to help you go first most of the time. However, if you then begin to lose all of a sudden halfway through the fight, you're losing, you may or may not lose the ability to attack first every round. So, you're getting the first hit, you're still getting the first hit, you're still getting the first hit, but even with that you're losing, and then all of a sudden you're still losing and you're not getting the first hit anymore. So I think that this passive may make some people a little overconfident. I'm not really too sure if I like it or not. However, if you know you're going to kind of keep up a lot of HP, then you're going to be able to go first pretty much all the time and not need to worry. So after flying is undead, right here, and then Ghostly Skull is undead. So they return to life for 1 round when they get killed. 1 round. So you kill him, his HP goes to 0, and then he comes back up immortal. He can't die, because after that single round that he comes back to deal 1 last shot, he's going to be killed anyway. So he's going to die all over again. So I guess that kind of helps. It's not nearly as good as Mechanical, which we will get to a little farther down the line. Critter is very powerful right now, actually. I'll go to Mr. Grubbs. I've been leveling him a little bit. He's level 6. So Critter is you break out of crowd control effects more quickly. Now, I don't necessarily know what that more quickly is exactly. However, I know it is at least 1 turn. I have fought critters, and I have tried to stun them. I have an ability that I'll show you later on my Phoenix Hatchling that enables me to stun them for a turn. And I stun a critter, and I can clearly see in the battle log that my stun is applied, but then the critter bonus here is applied, and all of a sudden the stun goes away. So basically, critters are immune to single turn CC, as of right now. If you hit a critter with a single turn stun, it basically just doesn't work. They just shrug it off. So critters are actually pretty damn powerful, as of right now. I don't know if this is ever going to be changed. Maybe they'll change it so that single turn effects happen, but then all other ones that are, say, 2-turn stuns or like a 3-turn sleep effect, maybe it'll just reduce all CC to a single turn. I don't know. But as of now, critters are immune to single turn CC from my personal experience. About halfway down the line, magic. So I've got a couple of those. I've got Magic Lamp. So these, they cannot be dealt more than half their maximum health in a single attack. Now, that's not often going to be happening, in my opinion, and if it is, then that pet probably should not be fighting. If my Magic Lamp takes more than half its HP in 1 shot, then it probably shouldn't be the one fighting in the first place. So personally, I think this is a useless passive. I think it should be changed maybe to a different percentage, or maybe just changed entirely, but I don't know. Take it or leave it. It is magic-y, so I guess, but I personally do not like it one bit. Elemental, and then we'll use my Phoenix Hatchling, because that's my boy. Elementals ignore all weather effects. So there are certain things like Arcane Storm or Darkness like Blinded or Rain, things like that. If you're familiar with the Pokemon games, and yes, I'm going to be referencing this to Pokemon because that's what it is, so just get over yourself. If anyone is bothered by that, I don't apologize. It is Pokemon, and there's nothing wrong with that. I still think that it's great. So, there are certain weather effects that can debuff certain things or buff certain things respectively. Some moves are going to be stronger in certain conditions. Some moves have a 100% chance to hit in particular conditions. So, some moves can cause weather effects. At this point, I'm unaware if weather effects can simply be occurring naturally just in the world. And if you fight a pet anywhere within that particular region, you will just be under a weather effect the entire time unless it gets changed or cleansed or whatever. I'm unaware if that's ever going to happen, but as of now there are some spells that can change the weather. And elementals are immune to that. So it's good because you're not going to be penalized by any of those effects. However, if you have an elemental with one of the abilities that'll benefit that, which I doubt they would do because that's counterintuitive to the passive, but if it existed, you wouldn't be able to benefit from it because you're immune to the weather. Cobra Hatchling is a beast. Now, beasts deal 25% extra damage below half HP. That's pretty good because I mean, half HP, like for my Phoenix Hatchling, half HP for him is still almost as much as my level 4. It's still way more than this guy. So, depending on the situation that you're in, that may or may not be useful. If you're fighting somebody and you're pretty evenly matched, this will help you to win. That'll help kind of cinch it for you and get you the victory. Aquatic pets, let's do Muck Breath or Tooth. Let's do Muck Breath. So aquatic, harmful damage over time effects are reduced by 25%. So you can shave off 1 or 2 turns on some of the pet's dots. Like my Clockwork Rocketbot has a dot, Toxic Smoke. And Mr. Grubbs has like an acid kind of thing that debuffs them. And this reduces that. So it's handy, but there's not going to be any effects that last longer than, say, 4 or 5 turns anyway. So, really, this is just going to shave a turn off of most things. That may be worth it in the end. That one turn may be the deciding factor. However, I'm still a little bit... It's underwhelming. I'll put it that way. It's underwhelming. Mechanical, I've mostly been using my blue Clockwork Rocket bot, so I'll bring him up. And once per battle, he can return to life with 25% of his HP. So, again, if you're fighting and you're going blow for blow and you're pretty evenly matched and the other guy gets you down first, then all of a sudden you come back to life with 25% HP, and let's say I had queued up an attack, but he got to attack me first and he killed me, I would come back in that same turn and fire my attack off. So it's kind of like Revenge from the Grave in that respect. So that's pretty handy that that goes off right then and there. And again, you could clearly see the damage taken and the reductions and all that as I went through them. I'm not going to do that in huge detail. So, alright. That's all the types. Pretty much talked about the abilities, talked about all the stats. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go out and we are going to find something that we can fight. We're going to find something that we can kill. So I'm going to fly out here, and if this doesn't take a long time, I will just leave this in. If it does take a long time, I'll just cut the footage. But heading over here, that map thing happened again. I guess it's just server lag, I don't know. The other thing you get is track pets. If you see a green paw mark on the map, then that is a pet that I can fight and capture, like right there. Amazing. So if we just go down, there's a lot of them around here. So let's go right over here. So this is a squirrel. It's level 1. It's a critter. It's capturable. Let's fight it. And there you go. Battle. So I mouse over. Now on this one you can clearly see all the things. You can see critter, you can mouse over it, kind of see its abilities. You cannot see what those abilities do, but if you're a pet battle enthusiast and you do this enough that you kind of recognize things right off the bat. Like, I can easily tell, okay, Scratch is just going to be like a standard damaging move. That's all it's going to be. And since it's the level 1 move, it's probably going to be a critter type damage dealing ability. Scratch isn't going to deal beast damage or aquatic damage or anything like that. Since it's a level 1 ability, it's probably going to do the damage of its class. Now, I'm massively over leveled. As you can see, I have 44 speed and he has 13. So you can see my portrait is kind of highlighted in gold and I have this speed icon. His is not. What that means is, as it says in words there, I have a higher speed stat and I will always get to go first in this fight as long as my speed stat remains higher. So I could kill it. I can just do that. So Dragon Breath for 73. I get hit a little bit. I hit him again, and as you can see, I brought him below 25%, so my passive has now triggered. So my next attack is going to deal bonus damage, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my number 2, which is a 3-turn cooldown heal. It heals me, and for a set amount, plus half of what I took last. So you can see I'll get 78, and then I just got dealt 31 by that Scratch, as you can see here, so I'll get about 15. So it added it all up, which, oh, well, it's because I wasn't as hurt. Never mind. So, as you can see, though, the main thing I wanted to demonstrate was using that used up my passive. I no longer have that. So it is only active for a single round. It's not on your next attack, like I mistakenly said a second ago. I knew that, but I still used the wrong word. What it is the next round. So if you don't do a damaging move in that next round, you've wasted it, and you don't get it. And it's not going to re-trigger just because he's below 25%. You have to bring him below 25%. And as you can see here, it's highlighted the trap. I can trap if they are 35% health or lower. This right here is the switch, as you can see right here, the 3 pets I have active at the time. And then this is forfeit, which I'm obviously not going to do. And you can pass. You can just choose to not do anything if you really want to. I don't know why you would do that, but you have the option. So, trap here is, it's below 35%, so I could try to trap it if I wanted to. Now, I don't really want to, because it's a level 1 squirrel and it's a piece of shit. So all I'm going to do is breathe on it again and kill it. So there you go. Squirrel died. I only got 26 XP. Not a lot. Alright, I can move around again, so that's cool. So, we're going to go over here. That person's already kind of battling that one. I know they're not right now, but they will be in a second, so I won't butt in. A little black lamb over there. There's a rabbit over there. Let's go to this black lamb here. Let's just shoot that wolf, get it out of my way. Let's fight this black lamb. So let's see. Now, this one I am going to attempt, and I say attempt loosely, to capture. I already have a black lamb, however, I'm going to see, because right here you see no quality stat. Now, from my knowledge, that is supposed to just appear regularly. It's supposed to just show up there so you know ahead of time, but I don't see it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit him a couple times. 2 times should be enough to do a capture. There we go. Oh my god, okay. So, I'll throw my box at him. And captured. You do still get XP for capturing. Ah, okay, common. So, I am unaware. Now we can go here to Black Lamb. Now what you can see, if I go to Lamb, it shows up here, but it says poor. But I just caught a common one. It just said common. So, it does say that you can have 3 of the same pet. It says that right here. However, I'm unaware if... I don't know if there's a filter. Okay, so actually filters you can see here. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to turn off promotion and trading card game. I'll leave the store on because I may decide to do that at some point. I'll leave the rest on, but I'm going to turn those off because no one wants to see things that are beyond your reach. So I'm just going to leave those off. Now, for some reason, the music is still going on, and oh joy. And I also cannot move. So every now and then it will glitch. I don't believe it's lag because I can very easily use my other windows, but what I was trying to get at was that I only see my old poor black lamb here. I do not see the common one. Now, I'm attributing that at the moment to the fact that this is very clearly broken. So hold on a minute, because the deal is I can't move and I can't mount. This has happened to me before. I don't even believe that I can use my Hearthstone right now. I can't do that either. The only thing you can do is you can log out. So I will be right back. Woohoo! Okay, so it's still beta. Beta is beta, and things happen. Pet battles, as you can see, are still buggy, and that's fine, because things happen. So, still, my fact stands. I only have one black lamb. I see no way to switch between them, and it is of poor quality, unlike the common quality one that you just saw me fight and catch a minute or two prior. So, I'm not entirely sure how that works, or even if that's been implemented yet. This has not been working for all that long, so I'm unaware if this is something that is gonna be here to stay. I don't know what kind of changes are gonna be made to this interface, or anything like that. I know nothing about any of that. So, I'll show you the switch here. Let me switch out to my Phoenix Hatchling. And I ended up dodging it. So I'm just going to keep on talking about stuff as I pass a few turns and let it get in some free shots, just because I like giving it false hope. It makes me feel good inside. Epine grows larger. As I'm passing turns here, you can notice all of my abilities have a downward arrow to them. Basically what that means is all of these are elemental abilities. This is what I mentioned earlier that you shouldn't do. At the moment, however, I have no choice. I have no alternates that I can switch out. So, basically, if I put this person out, it is slightly weak against critters. Now, I say slightly because if I hit it with burn, it says weak, but it still did about half of its HP. Well, I'm 7 levels higher than it, so yeah, it doesn't matter. So, what I can do now is pass a few more turns, and I will show off this ability here, actually, Volcano. So if you read this tooltip here, after 2 rounds, the ground will erupt for 2 more rounds, causing the current enemy pet to take damage, and they have a chance to be stunned for the next turn. So what I'll do is I'll throw this out. Doesn't do anything right away, but what you can see is a pretty cool volcano grow in the background there. I'll pass another turn, and I'll pass another turn. I believe this should be interrupting now. Alright, so it has erupted. It did a lot of damage. It's actually going to end up killing it next turn from the second dot. But as you see here, Critter, now its passive thing has triggered here. And that's because if you look at my combat log, the Volcano dealt the damage, and it did stun. However, it also ended up applying Critter, making stun fade immediately. So my single turn stun from Volcano doesn't do anything. Look, I'll pass and it'll just attack me again. Yeah, it missed. Great. Okay, this was what I was hoping wouldn't happen, but it did again. So, be aware, and this is a bug as well. I'm not going to be able to fix this. I'm going to have to log out again and cut the footage again. Never mind. Yes! Wow. Okay, every other time that's happened to me, I've had to completely restart my game. That's great. Awesome. Okay. Whoa! What? Mr. Grubbs just did like a triple backflip. That was fucking amazing. Will you do it again? You're like excited that I killed something and won? No? Okay. Anyway, as you saw from that LUA, oh my god, he did it again. That's awesome. So I guess having your pet out, I guess they do like more animations now than they used to, because I know he didn't used to do that. That's pretty awesome. So the error that you saw there, that has happened to me multiple times. I would say 7 or 8 now with Volcano. It has just been Volcano, just this ability. So something about Volcano is not currently working as intended. I just want to throw that out there. There are other pets that have this ability. Be aware that it is not working as intended as of this time. So some things just don't work right now, and you're just going to have to deal with that. The very last thing that I want to show you is I want to find one more pet, and I just want to demonstrate really briefly something that I think is really awesome at the moment, but I'm sure is probably going to be nerfed. I'm almost 100% sure this will be nerfed. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to switch to my Phoenix Hatchling. Okay? So it can attack me, whatever, that's great. I don't even care. What I want to show is the Phoenix Hatchling's second ability, Cauterize. So just look at that really quick. So heals HP plus half of the last hit taken by the user. Alright. Let's switch back. Okay. Healing Flame. Restores HP plus half of the last hit taken by the user. It's essentially the same skill, isn't it? However, this one has something that Cauterize did not have. This has a 3-turn cooldown if I activate this ability. I get my heal, yay. But now I can't do it again. I can't click it. It's not going to let me. Now, if I go to my Phoenix Hatchling, my Cauterize can simply be cast, and then he takes his turn. My turn again. Cauterize is not on cooldown. I can do it again. Which doesn't heal me for anything because I'm at 100%, but I can do it again. So, what this means is basically I can heal every single turn if I want to. Now, I haven't looked at every single pet in the entire pet journal. Really quick, let's just kind of finish this fight up. Actually, I'll show one more thing. When you switch pets, you may have noticed this last time, you can see all the abilities, yeah? On the pets when you mouse over. Right here, you see Liftoff on my Onyxian Whelpling has a little green arrow. This will let you tell at a glance if you're like, oh damn, all of my abilities are red against this thing. Like if this was a critter, all of these are weak against critters. I'm like, oh man, what am I going to do? I hit switch pet, and I can really quick at a glance just look for that green arrow and see if one of my characters has a move that would be super effective on that type. My Onyxian Whelpling has that. So I'll bring my Whelpling back out, and now you see it's on 2. It's a 3-turn cooldown move. That's the other thing I wanted to show. The pet must be out for the cooldown to happen. I spent 4 or 5 turns cauterizing a second ago, so it's been 3 turns, yeah? But it hasn't been 3 turns with the Onyxian Whelpling. So you can't just heal, switch to another pet, and then put this guy back out after 3 turns and then just instantly heal again. You can't do that. You can't try and gimmick the system like that. It's not going to let you do it. So I'm going to use this Liftoff ability, which is flying, and it's strong against aquatic, so it's about to die brutally. 164 strong, so that almost would have one-shot it anyway. A little bit XP, little heal, you do get a little heal after you kill something. If you level up, then you gain 100%. So, now let's see. I guess Mr. Grubbs is out at the moment, but let's summon the Whelpling out. Let's just keep our Whelpling out next to us. So, I have not looked at every single pet in the entire journal. However, the ones I have looked at, I have seen no other abilities that will let you heal without a cooldown. Every other heal I have seen so far in the entire pet journal has had a cooldown attached to it. The Phoenix Hatchling does not have that. In my opinion, this makes the Phoenix Hatchling the single most powerful pet in the entire game as of right now, because it can heal every single turn, and it heals for a large flat chunk plus half of the last hit that you took. So it's quite possible that if you're fighting something the same level as you or slightly weaker, it's perfectly possible that you can out-heal all of the damage and go back to 100% HP, and then just throw in a couple more burns, attack him a few more times, and then just use this to go all the way back up to 100 HP over the course of a couple turns. What I've done in the past is throw down Volcano, and then I just begin to heal myself. After 2 turns, this begins damaging and stunning people, and then I can stop healing and start doing some damage, and then when the stuns are over, I can just go back to healing myself again. Or the other way around. I can drop this, start fighting, they get stunned, and then I heal. You know, I can do that too. So the Phoenix Hatchling has a lot of synergy, and solely because of Cauterize, I believe this to be the most overpowered pet in the game as of right now. It's level 8, it has never died a single time leveling at all. Some of my other pets have died many times, that's fine, but my Phoenix Hatchling has never died because he's a boss. So, I'm not going to do that. That's the one part of the UI I didn't go over, is at the very bottom corner here, you can say Find Battle. Now, what it does is put you in a queue. So I'm going to leave that queue. It's just like queuing for a battleground. It's the exact same thing. I'm not going to do it because I don't feel like it right now. I may do some pet battles with some people, if I can get them to get on the beta, some friends, and then I can showcase some stuff, but I probably won't be able to do that, so I may end up just doing that and fighting a few random groups just to kind of see. And yeah, ruffle niggers, of course. It is the PTR, so that happens. But anyway, this has been a longer video than I intended, but I did want to make this a pretty comprehensive look at the pet system. And I believe I did that. I kind of went over how you start it. I went over all of the different types, all of their passives, when you get your skills, how many you get to have, all of your attributes, including quality, which I'm not 100% sure about quality at this point. But again, like I said, you don't see it here because I didn't catch it. I already had this prior to this system being implemented. The Black Lamb I did not. So I caught it, and it had a certain quality to it. I'm unaware if they're going to put quality in for the pets you've already owned or not. It would be kind of cool if they did, but it's doubtful. So I don't believe they're going to do something like that. And let's see. And again, this is going to be on when you originally open this. It's ridiculously annoying. It does tell you some very basic information about each particular segment of the screen. So yeah, it'll help if you've never seen this before, but after the first time you've looked at this, then you can very safely go right up here to the top left corner and just click this to make all of that annoying stuff go away. I don't know how anyone could live with that on. You can't click anything with it on, so you can't, I can't do anything. Look, I'm clicking. I don't know if you can hear me. I'll go closer to the mic. Nothing's happening. So, if you don't already know how to get rid of these, it's right up here. Probably should have said that in the beginning of the video, but you'll be fine. But yeah. Just here out in the middle of nowhere. My Nixian Whelpling and a small frog critter that I'm just going to battle myself. Instant winning. No level up for that, sadly. But that's because I'm not a pet. So, oh, yeah, fluid death. Like, I got a buff for killing that frog. No, I'm just mentally retarded. So now you can't kill these yourself. So the good news is, and again, this is going to instance you. I didn't mention this. When you right click to enter a pet battle, you become instanced. So nobody can steal this from you. It's pro. It's pro. Nixian Whelpling, that was pro. No one can steal it from you because you become instanced. This mob will disappear from the world as I enter my battle. And I can't get ganked while I'm doing it. I can't get hit by an enemy mob while I'm doing it. Things like that. So all of that bodes very well for actually being able to go out, explore, and capture pets in PvP zones. Zones that you could get ganked in. You don't know. If you were just in the game the whole time, it's like you're standing here cheering like, yeah, come on guys, you can do it. And then a rogue just comes up and just ass rapes you and you're dead. And there's nothing you can do about it. So that won't happen. However, if someone does see you enter a fight, they can simply just wait there for you to zone back out. And then they'll probably get the drop on you anyway. Hopefully that won't happen. So this concludes our pet battle system introduction rambling video of awesome. Now, what I do want to point out is at the moment, has nothing to do with pet battles, I am survival. I have had requests for survival hunters, I'm aware of that. I think I said 3 weeks ago or so that I would have it up in a couple days. As you can see, that has not happened. All I can say is, I'm sorry. Shit happened, and I've been playing a lot of other games that isn't this. And I've also been perfecting my English, as you can tell. However, this is going to be done. I'm already survival. I'm going to do that. I'm also going to take care of enhancement shamans. And then after that, who knows? I will just pick whatever I feel like. That's it, yeah. I don't have anything else to talk about. I actually have a list in front of me. I'm very professional. I'm totally not. Drinking milk during it. I'm just talking. Yeah, you can do this and this with your pets. Yeah, sorry about that. I was drinking milk. Yeah, whatever. So, I don't have anything else to talk about. I will see you guys next time. By the way, blah, blah, blah. By the way, as far as my other videos go, really brief, I'm just going to throw a channel update at the end of this. I'll make a separate video for it, but I want to put it here anyway. Alex draws a handmaiden, I think, yeah. Oh, we can't tell now, but I think it was. So, really briefly, I've had people, well, one person, not people, I have a person that has commented on one of my PlanetSide videos about playing with me on the game. They were interested in playing with me on the game. So, if you are on, I'll say this for WoW too, if you are on the WoW Beta, you can clearly see my name right up here. It is supposed to be Sly Narwhal, however I believe that was already taken, so I switched the W and the H around, but it is essentially the same thing. So if you are on the beta, that's me. I will probably be on here recording more stuff, maybe doing some pet battle stuff, so if you want to hit me up, just send me a tell and let me know. If you ever want to try and get a hold of me on live for some reason, I have not been on live servers in about 25 days or so, so one, you're probably not going to be able to do that. Two, if you want to get a hold of me, sadly you're going to have to go to Moonguard, because that's the realm that my characters are located on. So, I've played on a lot of different servers. Moonguard's the latest one that I've been on, mostly because I heard a lot of rumors about it, and was foolish enough to not believe them. So I'm like, you know what? No, I don't believe you. Everything is true. Goldshire is just a massive porn house facility. That's all it is. But the rest of the server is totally fine. Some of the raiders there are pretty good. A lot of people on Moonguard are actually very competent because they want to have really, really strong geared main characters in order to go and easily clear up all sorts of different dungeons and stuff soloed so that they can get certain gear for vanity purposes and things like that, and transmogrification. So a lot of people on here are actually very good, and they have to be in order to be able to get all of the vanity gear that they want to wear. Because yes, a lot of people do RP on Moonguard. I do not. A lot of people do. But that's neither here nor there. So, Sly Narwhal on there, or Sly Narwhal wall on here. It still sounds like narwhal, no matter how you put the H and the W. But on Planetside, if you play Planetside and you would like to try to get a hold of me, then you can search for Shredder, S-H-R-E-D-E-R. Yes, there's only one D. I'm perfectly aware of that. So that's how you can get a hold of me on Planetside. I will probably not be playing that much more Planetside 1 because Planetside 2's beta is going to be coming out very soon. So I'm going to be playing that a lot. If you get into the beta, I can almost guarantee you I'm going to have the exact same name. I will show my name and post it in whatever first video I do, but that's probably going to be what my name's going to be. So if you're going to be in the Planetside 2 beta, feel free to add me to your friends list. Hit me up. We can get some squad play going on, and it'll be great. Fun times. So for now, I'm going to end that little bit of shameless channel update advertisement there for Planetside, and simply say that this has been Legendary Narwhal, and I will see you guys next time.